I didn't think it would be possible to be this last minute, but Tesla has actually dropped themselves more Cybertruck specs. Not the price or the range, I know that's what most of you want, but still specs nonetheless that are not rumored, that were not found through some government document. No, this is a Tesla ad at a showroom. Apparently, there's a few Cybertrucks available to the public to look at a few Tesla showrooms. One's in San Diego, one's in San Jose. I really want to go check one out as soon as humanly possible. Trust me, you'll know about it if I do. But there were actual banner ads at these showrooms showcasing the Cybertruck specs, and there's some good news and some bad news with that. The good news is Tesla has captured their same build quality that they put into their vehicles into their marketing department, because apparently this Cybertruck has an exoskeleton. Shekelton? It has a shekel exoton. I don't know. Honestly, it was very hard for me to write that down in my tweet because autocorrect was just not present for whoever was making this ad, but it's possible that Tesla is covering themselves legally by not calling it the exoskeleton. They don't have to abide by whether or not it actually uses, a body-on-frame design or is more of the structure held in the actual exterior. I don't think there's a very clear, obvious definition for exoskeleton in the first place. Honestly, I know a lot of people were upset by Tesla's use of that terminology, especially when there's still a lot of gigacastings and a lot of body-on-frame style manufacturing methods being used, but honestly, at the end of the day, who cares whether or not it fits your definition of exoskeleton? To me, what matters is it strong, is it durable, and is it efficient? And probably it's gonna check all those boxes. And the specs are nothing to sneeze at all. For one, this banner ad says the Cybertruck has a 2,500 pound payload capacity, which is quite a bit higher than pretty much every other electric pickup truck on the market. The closest runner-up would be the F-150 Lightning Pro variants, which get up into the 2,300 pound payload capacity, so that the Cybertruck beats that. But the downside is that I just have to bring up, because I know people are going to be referencing the original Cybertruck prototype specs. When Tesla first unveiled the Cybertruck, they said it would have a 3,500 pound payload capacity. So this is 1,000 pounds less than the originally promised spec, which is obviously not that great a look, but given the dimensions of the truck are a bit smaller, and there's been a lot of time since then that they probably ran into a lot of issues and realizing how much extra structure and how much extra mass has to go into the truck in order to actually have a 3,500 pound payload capacity. They probably realized somewhere along the way that it wasn't worth it. It's still very good for the electric pickup truck space. I'm not trying to downplay it and say that 2,500 pounds isn't enough. I'm just trying to prepare you for the fact that the Cybertruck production specs may not be as good as the unveiling specs. But the problem with this banner ad is it doesn't exactly tell us which spec it's referring to. My prediction is that Tesla launch edition Cybertrucks are just going to be dual motor, and we're not actually going to see the beast mode tri-motor Cybertruck until a few quarters from now. But assuming that this Cybertruck is the dual motor variant, and that my theory is correct, then this would actually be an improvement, because on the banner ad, it said that it's rated to tow up to 11,000 pounds, which is pretty in line with other electric trucks on the market. The Rivian R1T quad motor is rated to tow up to 11,000 pounds as well, so the Cybertruck basically matches that. And the unveiling night with the Cybertruck all those years ago, they promised that the dual motor would be able to tow 10,000 pounds and that the tri-motor would be able to tow 14,000 pounds. So you can see where kind of my confusion sets in. If this is the dual motor, this is actually better than the unveiled spec of 10,000, but if they're referring to just the best case scenario, like maximum towing capacity of any Cybertruck you pick, this is actually quite a bit of a downgrade. So here's hoping this is not the tri-motor they're referencing, because that would be 3,000 pounds less than what they originally promised. So again, not a good look, but I'm hoping I'm right and it's the dual motor and it just has 1,000 pounds more towing capacity than they originally thought. The other confusing metric that they're referencing in this ad is that it has shatter resistant glass, which is a very, very bizarre choice of words in my opinion, because Tesla has basically gone quiet with their armored glass in recent history. A few years ago when they unveiled the Tesla Semi, and again with the Cybertruck, they talked about this next generation armored glass, which is kind of like transparent metal, just supposed to be super strong, super durable. Franz can throw the steel ball at it, and the ball doesn't go through the glass, which is impressive because it would have gone through any other glass. But if you guys remember, of course, it's kind of hard to forget, from that Cybertruck unveiling night, the Cybertruck glass was strong, but it did shatter. It still did very visibly shatter. Everyone could see that, and it was still supposed to be impressive that, okay, the ball didn't go go through the glass. It's very strong, it's very durable. But the same thing with armored glass on the Tesla Semi. It's supposed to be durable so that things don't penetrate it, but they're not using that terminology with the ad anymore. They're saying it's shatter resistant, but not that it's Tesla armored glass. So I wonder exactly what that means. Hopefully they dive more into the glass at the actual delivery event, which is just next week. Oh my god, that sounds so weird to say. We're so close, you guys, for this Cybertruck wait to be over. But I have a feeling, even after this delivery event, we're still gonna have a bunch of questions that are left unanswered. I'm hoping that's not the situation with the glass, but yeah, maybe Tesla found a compromise and they realized they found a way to make the glass a bit more strong, a bit more durable than typical average Tesla glass, but maybe it's not as durable as they were originally hoping for armored glass. Or maybe Tesla's figuring they should just change the marketing of it. Maybe they shouldn't use the branding Tesla armored glass, because that reminds everybody about the Cybertruck unveil night where it was supposed to be really strong, and they did have a really good demo of glass that was not on the truck where they showed the metal ball falling on it from a great distance and it didn't break at all. So maybe they decided, let's still do that high strength glass, but let's just not call it Tesla armored glass because that has a negative stigma around it. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here. In my opinion, everybody's still going to be memeing about the Cybertruck glass because of that unveiling mistake over 4 years ago now. It's kind of nutty how long it's been, but I still think that's burned in everyone's brain, and I mean, Tesla's not denying it. They literally had Cybertruck shirts you could buy that had the shatter on it, so weird of them to still be boasting about the shatter resistant glass. But they also confirmed through this banner ad that they're using an SMC liner in the bed, so unlike the prototype, it is not just bare steel in there. That's a good idea, in my opinion, for all of the heavy and careless payloads people are going to be tossing into the back of the Cybertruck. You don't want all of that steel just exposed, but the bed should still be very strong, very durable. And I'm also excited for the other drive modes the Cybertruck should support, because this said that the air suspension on board the Cybertruck has different driving modes for on and off road. I'm sure they're going to be very different from what we're used to on our existing Teslas, and I'm hoping for, you know, sand mode, snow mode, all of that kind of cool stuff that we've seen Rivian showcase with all of their off-roading capabilities. That'll be great to see on a Cybertruck as well. But what do you guys think of the specs? I mean, obviously still very impressive for any pickup truck, but maybe not as great as Tesla was originally hoping for. Do you think that means the price won't be as great, or do you think because the specs aren't as good, that means Tesla has to honor the price? All that stuff, speculate along with me down in the comments below. And thank you to everybody supporting this channel directly. Seriously, helps us out a ton, as does just watching these videos. So thanks again. Have an excellent rest of your day.